What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. Before we get into all the fun stuff, as per usual, you can and should find us at our home at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. You can, of course, also pick up the audio versions of the show on Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We're in all those delightful places. So, pick your poison, whatever your pleasure. And, if you need to inject us directly into your eyeballs, you can, of course, pick up the video versions of the show on our YouTube channel. That's World 1-1 Podcast. Just like from Mario Brothers. I'm sure you can figure it out. You're smart. I have faith in y'all. And we are typically streaming live on Twitch as we record. We are off Twitch this week due to some schedule conflicts, but you should definitely check out the Twitch channel because there's a bunch of other cool stuff happening there all the time. And that's World 1-1 Podcast, all spelled out, all one word, on Twitch as well. So with that being said, as always, I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me tonight is the lovely Eddie V.
Hello, everybody.
And that's fucking it, because everybody else bounced because we all got shit going on. This week has been a little bit chaotic. Some of you may notice that I am not quite as loud and boisterous as normal. My child is apparently on something, and so I'm trying to get her to pass the hell out on the couch behind me, so I'm trying to keep the volume down a little bit while we still get some shit done. But that does not stop us from getting the job done this week, because God, there's just too much shit to fucking talk about this week. Holy balls.
A single folks call that fatherhood.
Yeah. No, it's fatherhood, don't get me wrong, but I mean, man, normally, like I said, normally she's good. Yeah, I put her down at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. She is out, cool, awesome, but man, tonight she just would not let it go. She's over there. No, eyes are closed. Cool. We're gonna keep it down though, so that way we don't wake her up. Cause yeah. So, anyways, let's get straight to it with oh my god, video games. Eddie, what have you been playing for the last, I don't know, week, whatever the hell it is?
Okay,
Figure it out. I'm sitting here looking at my non-existent watch on my wrist. Here, there. Now I'm looking at my watch.
So, got back into Batman Arkham Asylum. And I was playing it's a part of the Return to Arkham collection, where they have Arkham Asylum and City. So there was just some stuff that I didn't recognize. I'm like, oh man, I forgot all about this stuff. Like, kind of going back, playing that game, I'm just like, wow, this game is still good. And didn't even realize that someone categorized it as a Metroidvania. And I was just like, yeah, that kind of fits in a way with this different combat style. But I got all the Riddler trophies.
I feel like that's a Metroidvania, like BioShock's a Metroidvania.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. But yeah, I end up being it. Got everything.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you could probably extend that definition to like at least Dead Space 1.
I thought Dead Space 1 was level based.
It is, but there does come a point where you're kind of moving through some of them. It maybe closer to the vein of like Fusion, where it's like, okay, you're in a section, but then you're locked into that section.
I feel you on that with Fusion.
Which is essentially what BioShock 2 did.
Which I need to play through also. I keep trying to start BioShock 2, and I'm just like, I don't know what it's about, but I got to go through it.
Oh, dude, I love 2. 2 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The story in 2 is substantially better than 1. 2 fell apart where 1, or 2 exceeded where 1 failed, and vice versa. Like, you know how like BioShock 1, the first 2/3 of that game, the story is spectacular, and then it just fucking loses it in the last act?
Yeah.
BioShock 2 is the other way around, where the first 2/3 of that game, it's going to drip feed you just enough, just barely enough to keep you rolling through, but man, you get into that last act and doors blow wide the hell open.
And then it goes into the first game, because
yeah,
I know 2 is supposed to be the first, like, in a series. Maybe I have to start 2 again, because I think I have it. I have the collection. I have that on PS4. I might have to go back and start 2.
The story 2 was really good, and
Mhm.
it really does open up some great insights on some of the things from 1. There's some really cool stuff, lore wise, leaning into the big daddies and especially the little sisters.
Yeah.
In particular, minor spoiler, but you know what? You're about 10 years too late, so suck it. There is a part where you're actually playing as a little sister, and you get to see the world as they see it, and it's totally different. And it explains a lot of why they behave the way they do and why they say what they say. Like, it's not just them being weird or creepy. They literally see the world totally differently than we do because of the little slug that's implanted in them.
And right,
Yeah.
because I know
And the
when
big sister is hella cool.
I know when they start crying in part 1 because they lost their big daddy. You have that option to like take their powers or like pet
Right, you can
pet them
either
and stuff.
harvest them or save them, yeah. And when you save them, it removes the slug from them, and then they become like normal again. And then they go and bugger off back to Tenenbaum. But yeah, no, you'll actually get to see Rapture through
Why?
their eyes, and they see it totally differently. It's really neat. Um,
I'm
but yeah,
actually while playing Bioshock 1 on PS4, and I need to go back and finish it. I'm taking all of their powers, um, because when I originally played it on PS3, I saved them. I saved them all, so I already got the good
you
ending.
you made a terrible choice. And here's the thing. Mathematically, it doesn't add up. Like, literally, if you harvest them,
Mhm.
you will end up with less Adam than you would if you save them by the end of the game.
Which I can understand. I think because I already beat it, um,
You're
Bioshock
literally
1,
just handicapping yourself.
which is fine. But I think I'm doing it, and I'm fine being handicapped. I think I'm doing it so I can see the bad ending because I already beat it before, you know. So
Right. Okay.
and maybe the handicap is the result that you have all of these powers and you're superhuman, so you're supposed to be kind of like a tank. Is my assumption, but I just want to do it because of me already beating it originally with the good. So
See, this is why I have an issue with the way that Bioshock 1 did this, is because
mhm.
it really took making a hard morality choice away. Because it'd be a really hard choice if it actually gave you a greater benefit if you harvested them,
Yeah,
but it doesn't. The math doesn't track. Like, the amount of Adam that you will get for harvesting the little sisters, if you get every little sister and harvest every one of them by the end of the game, is less than the Adam you get if you save all the little sisters. You get less up front, but you get more back when you hit the gene banks and they leave you the little teddy bears stuffed with Adam. So by the end of the game, if you save them all, you'll have gotten
mhm.
more Adam, you'll be more powerful. So again, it takes away any real draw to making the choice to harvest, because
But
there's literally no downside.
are you supposed to get like more powers or something when you
No, you
harvest
don't
them?
get more powers. No. The only difference is if you harvest them, you get more Adam immediately,
Mm.
but long term, you're getting less Adam. So at the end of the day, all you're doing is handicapping yourself.
Well,
It was a poor way to do it.
I'll see at the end uh
Hmm.
how it turns out, because mostly even, and I think this is one of the problems that I even have with just Bioshock in general, and then we'll continue on because I got some other stuff that I've been playing
Yeah.
um in general, is that I feel like the powers don't do anything when you get later on in the game. So, and that may just be me, but I rely a lot on the melee combat and the guns. I barely use like all of the powers and stuff
A
because
lot of it depends on your play style.
mhm,
because there's lots of options depending on your play style. So I mean, there's plenty of options. So if you want to kind of, set the booby traps and, pit everybody else against each other and just kind
Yeah.
of, sit back and watch them fuck each other up, you can do that. Or if you want to be the tank and you want to get all up in somebody's grill, you can do that too. And it gives you the choice to do that. And so, some people are going to rely more heavily on the plasmids than others will on, the hand the melee and the
Gun.
gunfire, the weapons fire combat. Um, so it really just depends. There's tons of options. Um, it's just a case of whatever fits your play style. I liked using the plasmids in conjunction with some of the other stuff
Mm.
because some of them comboed up really nice. Um, and you get a little more freedom if I remember right. And there's also a little more to it, a little more balancing act in BioShock 2 when it comes to like your up close and your melee with like the drill, because the
Yeah.
drill is not an infinite weapon like the pipe wrench. The drill actually um, harkens back to like Left 4 Dead 2 with the chainsaw, where you have limited fuel, and in order to keep using it, you've got to find fuel for your drill.
Which makes sense.
It
You
does,
know.
and I was glad they did it. It helped balance that a little better, honestly.
Yeah. So let's talk about Bioshock, even though we both not playing it. But
Well,
reflect. But you
I'm
know.
mildly involved
But you.
because Kathy and I are working through it. So
Yeah. But it's a reflecting thing,
it is.
it's more of a reflection of when me and you probably both originally played it to to what to what we see now and what we think about it and stuff. It's kind of more of a reflecting thing. I mean, I haven't beat Infinite, but I think like I said, I should go back and finish two.
I got
Um,
right up to the end of Infinite, but man, that
that
aircraft
last battle
carrier,
was just
that
just
was horse shit.
like, and I don't want to restart the game and drop it on a easier and drop it on a normal setting and stuff.
Mm,
What that was one of the problems with Infinite, like the balance thing, like the powers and the guns, and just like it felt like the difficulty ramped up, and the stuff that you thought you could get and would be able to handle it, you don't. And so it's just like this is just literally unfair. So,
yeah.
but that's that. But so Arkham City, I jumped back on. That's what I started. Right after Arkham Asylum. And I'm just doing Arkham City just to get some achievements and have fun with it. We lived through it. So just having fun with that. Started up Just Cause 3. I'm going to be streaming that because I never got to beat it. So just gonna be playing that until I beat the game. For Switch, been playing Astral Chain. Really enjoying that game.
Talk to me about Astral Chain, man. Tell me all the nitty gritty.
It is a beautiful, wacky, artistic game. It's just like playing in handheld don't do it justice. You have got to play this on TV. And
Okay.
just marvel at what all the stuff. I think one thing that I think they could have did is I think they could have made some distinctions about your character, because sometimes when you're fighting you do get lost when your astral chain is fighting around with you, so it's kind of like I can't see my
Kind of hard to keep
character.
track of yourself on the screen.
Yeah. They did switch the attack button, so if you're on the regular not difficult, default setting, ZR is your attack. L brings out your Legion. And then you hold ZL and move the stick around to move them around, and then so you can wrap them around enemies, and then once that happens you can press like ZR for both of you guys to do attack and stuff. You start learning more stuff when you start playing through the game, but it's this thing could be an animated movie, and it might be one of the best things that you've seen this year as a cinematic. um
Okay.
So I mean, it's really good. I can understand why a lot of people are putting it as Game of the Year nominee. Like I will put it as a Game of the Year nominee because it's getting really good. I still got more that I need to play to get the feel of it. By the looks of it, I could see some of these things being placed in Bayonetta 3. Because I think they got a great idea on what they're Platinum got a good handle on what they're doing. I will say it does have some Okami and Beautiful Joe feels to it.
Oh, God, I
Uh,
haven't heard of Beautiful Joe in a hot minute.
yes, so it has the it kind of has a Beautiful Joe because you at one part you could do focus, which slows down the time, and you could kind of like match up some of your attacks with it with your Legion, and they'll go attack real fast, and you guys can uh, hit them up. And then it has like the Kami stuff where there's a line also when you focus that when you match it up, your Legion will cut through with it. So I only got a sword Legion right now. I got to get the other three and see how they play out. But it's getting really good. It's really entertaining, kind of funny at times. My character is a black female uh, called Miki, Miki. So I had to post a picture of her, but I took a screenshot of how she looks, and I'm really enjoying this game. Really, really liking it. It's a nominee for Game of the Year for me, but there's
It's,
more that I have in store for
I'm,
Game of the Year.
I'm telling you, man, that feels awfully rapid to be screaming Game of the Year. Like, I think some people need to slow the hell down. Like, finish it first because let's not forget how fast a game can fucking fall apart. Like I've played tons of games that started great, and man, you get a few hours in, you get 5, 6, 7 hours in, and it just
Yeah,
falls apart, and you're like, and then I'm just sitting there going, what the hell happened? 2 days ago, you were screaming Game of the Year. Like, did you forget to finish it first? Seriously, I think some of that needs to slow the hell down. Some people need to what's that term? Oh yeah, slow yo roll for
I did.
real.
I did pick up Torchlight 2. Uh, I picked up some other things that we're talking about that came from the direct. I did pick up Super Beat Zonic,
Good
but
man.
I haven't started yet. So
It's a solid
um,
rhythm game, dude. Seriously.
I'm going to play it. I just wanted
I know you will.
I picked it up. I'm like I'm gonna get to some tracks and stuff, but tons of stuff came out. But pretty much
I mean, when it's less than $1, there's really no good reason not to. Seriously.
pretty
Which is
much.
what I was trying to tell you. I don't know why the hell you were so insistent on arguing about it.
Because when I looked at it, I was just like, I'm like, I trust Larry with music and games. Like, I trust you fully. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's probably because I didn't really get to hear anything. And every time I look at it, I'm just like, I'm on the fence. Like, I think I was going to plan on buying it, but I was just on the fence. I don't know why, and
Yeah,
that's
I don't know
just
why either when it's less than $1. Dude, I've spent way more money on way worse games before, trust me. And I know you have too.
you know what we will we will hold that conversation. We will hold that
You know
conversation
I am not
for a
wronging.
later day. I also picked up a game called Legend of the Skyfish. It feels very like a Zelda game, kind of cool.
Oh,
But I
so they're
gotta
trying to
play
get on that whole windfish train?
kind of, yeah. But I gotta play
They
more
try and
of
get
it.
all up in Zelda's grill with that, try and steal their shine?
I guess. Grandia HD collection. I'm still playing a little bit more of that. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm playing more of that. Ultimate Alliance 3. I got to get back in,
How many
and I need to.
houses have you gotten through on Fire Emblem?
I haven't got far yet.
Not one?
Not
Really?
one. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Ouch. I mean,
so
don't get me wrong, I haven't gotten through any either, but I didn't buy it, but it's also not my thing, so I knew better.
well, it it came at me getting it at the wrong time instead of getting it in July. Um, it just pretty much sucked. Like it just pretty much ruin my game plans. Because it's just like, why would I get? I'm like, I know I'm getting this, but I'm already far back of buying some Xbox games that I plan on getting. Like I should have been playing Control and being done with that. After Fire Emblem, I should have been getting. I got to get Wreckfest, the Remnants for the Ashes. Like I should be doing a lot of gaming stuff that should have been done, but at this time I got too much stuff for Nintendo on the way and on my plate that all of that has to take a backseat. Like even Borderlands 3 when that comes out, that got to take a backseat because Daemon X Machina comes out and I'm about going to go buy that. So but pretty much that's what's been my wheelhouse of what I've been playing.
I don't know if I'm gonna get Daemon X Machina, but you better believe I'm on the lookout for them Joy-Cons though.
Well, yeah.
Like, damn, I am so ready for them Split Pro Joy-Con.
Yeah,
Well, be all about that life.
If Daemon X Machina just makes me like thoroughly happy, and I gotta run, get home to play it, and just like it may become one of my GOTY nominees because right now the only
you better not start that until you finish it after the conversation we just had.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but like I'm saying, like if it delivers what I played for the demo and what I've been seeing in the game, like ever since it's released, if it builds upon that and just gives me everything, it's going to become a nominee. Not saying it is going to take it because right now there is a particular game that a lot of people don't expect that's already leading game of the year.
Oh, I'm curious. What is on your plate?
Well,
where are you going with this?
Do I need to say it?
I want to hear it. Let's have it.
Yoshi's Crafted World is like literally my game.
Really?
Dude,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just curious.
From gameplay to the bosses to the art style to the creative levels to the music, dude, that game. I was playing I sat down, I got it and I played it because I was doing a review. But I was even thinking about I stopped thinking about the review because I was playing it on lunch when I was at work. I was playing it when I got home. And I was just like, these levels and the detail in these levels kind of blow out almost anything that I have seen out this year. Like Crafted World beats out Anthem, The Division 2. It's
sorry, Anthem's not hard to beat.
Anthem's not hard to beat, yeah, but it's just like Anthem is still kind of impressive in some ways. I would give Anthem some of his props with its graphics and stuff. It is kind of impressive in some of his ways. But I was just like, this is a game, once again, that nobody in the industry is doing and taking a hold of. And I kind of am happy that Nintendo are so creative that they took materials and used it. And even though they made it this world out of these used materials and stuff, they were able to make some great level design that I feel like nobody cannot make. Like at all, of course Fire Emblem looks impressive, Daemon X Machina looks very impressive, and even Astral Chain looks impressive graphically, but I'm just like, this game right here got me hooked, and I was kind of sad. I was thoroughly impressed and happy that I did beat it and I did the review and stuff, but I was kind of sad because the adventure ended, and it was just like, I wish more people played this game throughout this year. So it's still my number one game of the year nominee right now. I got some other stuff.
I will straight up be honest. I slept on it. Like I had a bunch of fun with Yoshi's Woolly World on Wii U, but I got to a point where I'm just like, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I put it down like halfway through and never went back. And so I saw Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm like, okay, it's pretty and kitschy, but I'm like, I'm not going to spend another $60 on something that I'm just going to have a repeat of that with. And then on top of that, honestly, I wish I could say that I was more excited about the aesthetic, but I'm like, I was excited about it when it
Mhm.
was, Kirby's Epic Yarn 2 generations back, and then they just wouldn't let it fucking go. It's like, did y'all run out of ideas again for a while, and we're just going to keep going with this? But um, I don't know.
I don't think they ran out of ideas. I think they build. I think they build upon it. Um, and kind of being smart of using things that could be crafted using like this arts and crafts style. Um, and I think I can understand where they're coming from. I think for me, it was just like this is very oppressive, and to see them use that idea, and make it to these fun levels and very creative levels, like people can see on my Facebook page and some of my past pictures that I like. I'm playing a level in a bathtub, and this looks like a real bathtub. This is insane. And just playing it and laughing at this big fish with these lips trying to kill me. It was just like I'm having fun. And I think this game did what is intended, was to be just a fun little goofy rump game, but like really creative and yet still feel its own. So I have fun with it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
Okay.
I couldn't stop smiling. It was one of the games that I couldn't wait to get home to put my Switch so it could charge and cut it on and play it while it's charging. So
I'm not knocking it, not by any means. Like I said, just I saw it, and after the last go round, a couple go rounds of games in that art style, I was just, I, I don't know, it didn't move the needle for me anymore, not like it
it's
used to.
you know what it Knack. So last year I played Knack 2 throughout the summer, and I beat it with like three or 4 days. And Knack 2 is a phenomenal game for PlayStation 4. It didn't get the recognition that it deserved, uh, but I was just like, for them to make this game, and this impressive game, and me, having fun with it, it should have got more recognition and better sales than it did.
That's
And that's
fair.
kind of how Yoshi's Crafted World is that we knew it was on a lot of people's lists and stuff. So people who did buy it, I think they did enjoy it. And
Hmm.
I think it got like a lot of 7.5s and 8s and 8.5s. And I can understand that's still good for that game.
Yeah.
I think it's just like the longer you stay with it, the longer it keeps on impressing you. And the levels are just like, man, they really put a lot of hard work into this game. So
Yeah. I'll tell you what I wish they would bring back is, and it did get a sequel on the Wii U, but honestly, I don't think the sequel on the Wii U was nearly as impressive as the original, truthfully. But Kirby, what the hell? Kirby Canvas Curse. That's what I was
yeah,
looking. Yeah, I was about to say Kirby and the or the Rainbow Curse, but that was the Wii U one. But and the Wii U one was not bad by any means. It had the same gameplay that I really liked from Canvas
mhm,
Curse, but man, Canvas Curse, every world had that totally like different art style going on. It had that
yes,
diversity of aesthetic that was really phenomenal. And man, that game just did not get enough love. Like, don't get me wrong, I it's hard for me to get hype about a Kirby game anymore. Every once in a while, something about one of them comes along and it hits me just right, and but not often anymore. But man, Canvas Curse was where that action was at for me. Like, it was so perfect for the platform that it was on,
yes,
and the art design, the level design, the gameplay mechanic was totally new for Kirby. It's something that really took the idea of playing with that touchscreen and did something really useful with it, and I
yes.
loved that.
I agree. Yes, I definitely agree.
So
And and I'm gonna hand it over to you, Larry. I think even before we get into the director stuff, I think that's why I feel like Nintendo, you could say whatever you want to say about their franchises, but they're pretty much are the only ones willing to do something different bring in some really interesting levels, delay that product so it could be better. But it's just something about them just be like, this feels like only they can do it and no one else can. And it gives that game more like a special to it. And it may just be me.
That's possible, but no, I mean you're not wrong though. It's there are things that they do that just nobody else thinks of. It's really, there are a few games out there that come out on a Nintendo platform that really milk the platform for all it's worth in terms of creativity. I will throw up one or two examples though of games that did actually execute that were not Nintendo. Actually, no, one of them might have actually been Nintendo published. I don't think so. I'd have to look it up. I'm out of my fucking head. But first and foremost, I know for certain Zack and Wiki.
Yes.
Zack and Wiki fucking executed on the promise of the Wii in just spectacular ways and was not Nintendo made. That was Capcom at one of its finest hours, honestly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The other, and again, I make no promise, this might actually have been a Nintendo one. I don't remember who the fuck made it. I have to look it up. But on the DS, Trace Memory.
Yeah.
Trace Memory executed. Trace Memory found really clever ways to use all the DS's forms, functions, and features, and built it very organically into its gameplay and its story.
Konami might be bringing that back.
Oh, dude, I would love to see some new Trace Memory action coming around.
I know it's not part of Direct or anything, but there was a story that Konami said that they're thinking about bringing some of their older properties back. That's why we kind of have Contra, the Contra game coming out. But then, regardless of what you think about that, I could see Trace Memory being in probably a remaster or being its original self, getting a Switch release. And
I'm not sure how you would translate a re-release of Trace Memory to the Switch. The only thing that I could see that you could pull that off on would be the 3DS.
I think probably we'll see what happens.
You would have to take out entire puzzles.
Well, they could. There's something that they could do with the Joy-Cons. And I think...
I'm sure they could do some new stuff, but honestly, if you're going to do that, don't fucking remaster it. Give me a new one.
Which they probably could. Which they're probably thinking of. If there is demand there, or if people bring it up and talk about it, it could come back. Konami would be smart to do something like that. I think Konami needs their niche titles or things that probably didn't sell well. I think if you bring them out again and let that game have another chance, definitely with Switch and definitely with Switch Lite, I think it could have a chance of selling better. The game industry and the mind frame about games is different. So. Yeah,
but I mean, like I said, I don't see it being feasible to re-release the original Trace Memory on Switch. There's too much that would just be stripped out of it that physically does not work. Like, case in point, I cannot fold this screen in half to solve the damn picture frame puzzle. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's no microphone for me to blow on it and go and fog up the window and see the code. Doesn't work. So then, make me a sequel. I will happily go back to that world. Make me a sequel just as clever. Find a way to milk them Joy-Cons for all it's worth. Do some clever shit. I'm all about that life. Let's get it on with that.
And they probably could. They probably could. And I think that would be I know Switch Lite's coming out soon, but that would have been if they would have did a new one. I think attaching that to Switch Lite for that to come out, that probably would have been a cool thing to happen. But
Yeah.
that's what can you say? But yeah, like I said, that's me. That's what I've been playing and everything. So, uh,
Well, I'm gonna throw it down. My week has been a little bit light. I have not had a whole lot of time to myself, truth be told, not nearly as much as I should have. But that's neither here nor there. I will say though, uh, at the long-standing behest of a friend of mine and long, God, I think he's been about the only person listening to this show consistently since our inception 3.5 years ago. At the insistent recommendation of a friend of mine, I finally sat down today and I played the demo for Hob. Um,
ah,
hmm, he and I were hanging out the other day, and he showed me a snippet of it, and I'm like, all right, I'm curious. So I downloaded it and I cracked it open today, and it wasn't until I was about and somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 of the way through this demo that I
yeah.
was finally like, okay, I am on board with this because the demo opens really well. It does
Mm.
because it's got this, kind of puppy dog robot thing.
I
You
I
know,
have the full game.
do you? Okay. So have you played it? Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about here?
Yes.
Okay, so it's got this puppy dog robot thing. It's kind of like the walkers. It reminds me a little bit of the walkers from Rhyme, even. Um, but in any case, that kind of follows you around and opens some doors and does some shit for you. I'm like, okay, I get it. This is easy enough to comprehend because there's no like text or dialogue or anything. It's all, excuse me. Um, and I'm okay with that. For for the most part. But um, at least in terms of story, I'm cool. If you can tell your entire story by way of animation and sound, but without the actual speech and dialogue or text or anything, that's fine. I'm down with that. I have no issues with this whatsoever. What I do have an issue with is that it feels like they kind of leave you flapping in the wind a little too much, at least at the beginning. There should have been at least a gentle nudge that says this thing. Here's a clue, But instead, it's kind of like wander around and button mash until something does something, and that opening area is just big enough with no map
Hmm.
to be like, where the fuck am I going? Because everything starts to look a little bit the samey in that, and then you
Yeah.
finally get a map, and I'm like, okay, I'm all right with this. This is a little better. And then you get into the second area, and it starts to pick up a little bit. I'm like, okay, now we're getting some momentum here. I'm down with this. But I will freely admit that just the kind of being lost and wandering aimlessly for like 30 minutes in that first section honestly kind of pissed me off. The other thing that Hob has a lot going for it. I'm not saying
Yes.
it doesn't. Like the art is beautiful. I love the aesthetic. I love kind of the mix of like rundown runic machinery, with overgrown with plant life and vegetation, and the creatures and the animals that just kind of wander around look unique and really cool, and I dig it. Um, However, Hob has a fucking camera problem. That fixed
Yeah.
camera is an issue in too many places. There is too many places and times and spots where I can't see my own fucking character and I can't move the camera around to change the angle to see my fucking character. There's shit like there's little, holes in the wall and caverns that are hiding, and the only reason they're hiding is because they're on a wall that you can't fucking see. Now, that being said, there are some spots that just, pretty visual vistas, like when you pull up and the camera pulls up and you kind of get to see like out into the distance and it's like pretty view. I'm like, cool, that's gorgeous. I love that. But man, there is no reason that I should not be able to spin that camera around my character. That world, I guarantee you that whole thing is rendered. Just let me rotate the fucking camera. That's all that game needs to fix it. Just let me spin the damn camera. I will be way happier. But there are too many places that are just fucking blind spots, and that's bullshit. But that being said, I did get to the end of the demo, and my interest is peaked enough that I will probably be picking it up at some point in the nearest future.
And I say wait for a sale for it.
I probably will. God knows I've got enough other shit to play, but it is now officially on my wish list. That way, when it goes on sale, I can. It reminds me to. I check my wish list on my Switch like once a week just to see if anything on there has gone on sale that, at a decent price that I'll grab up. That way I don't forget that I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing that I wanted, because there's too much of that on Switch right now. And that's the only way I can fucking manage it and not absolutely obliterate my wallet any more than I already have.
Can I tell you one of the best demos I played as an indie game that maybe you like automatically get that game? It's probably Yoko Island Express.
Yoku's so good, and it's free on Twitch right now.
Like, if you have a chance to get this game, get it.
If you have Amazon Prime, you have no reason not to own this game. You get it for free right now this whole fucking month. Because you can take your Amazon Prime account, link it to a free Twitch account to get Twitch Prime, and that means you get 4 free games a month from Twitch Prime, and one of them this month, right the hell now, is Yoku's Island Express. There is no good reason not to own it.
They have to be working on a sequel. I have to get one for
so. Oh my god, I hope
2020? So. Dude, they have to. Like, it's too big of a game on a lot of consoles, and it's still getting praised today. Like, people are still willing to buy this game. It's so good.
It's so much fun. It's so clever too.
Yes.
Oh. Yes. But one last piece too. Have not gotten to play it yet, but I'm actually going to be playing it full on blind on our Twitch channel streaming. And then the the reruns will all get uploaded to YouTube. But my copy of The Messenger finally showed up. Took fucking long enough. Thanks, Special Reserve Games. Customer support's not helpful at all. Nah. Anyways, but my copy of The Messenger showed up. I'm super excited to finally get to crack it open and start playing it on stream, because I've been waiting for my physical copy to show the fuck up, because I didn't double dip on this one. I didn't have it digital ahead of time, so I've been waiting to bust into this. That being said, you can also find the brand new unboxing video for The Messenger from Special Reserve Games up on our YouTube channel. 5-second analysis, mixed bag. It's got pros, it's got cons, but
I read when we was in the chat. I read.
It's not a long unboxing, honestly. It's like 5 minutes. Because again, they weren't selling it as like a special edition or collector's edition or anything. They said, here's a standard edition, and we put like 2 nice things in it. So it wasn't like a $60 or $80 box set, but what was there? Yeah. Mixed bag. So, but again, I would probably be less jaded if the issues I had with their customer service weren't so obnoxious. But even still, there are some things about the package that I really like, and there are some things that I'm just like, yeah. So, but check it out. You can see what the hell I'm talking about. It's up on the YouTube channel. Go scope that. But yeah, other than that, I piddled with a robot named Fight a little bit. Still, it still kicks my ass, but I still have fun with it. I've come nowhere near a complete run on that. It just, every time I get fucking obliterated, and sometimes I'm only half paying attention, which clearly does not help. That game needs 100% like dead on laser focus. But yeah, that's oh no, I take it back. There was some other stuff. We did bust into I did bust into some Shovel Knight on stream.
Nice.
On the back of all the fun yacht club news from the other week.
Which is weird. They did not show that in the direct. I was expecting a date.
I told you it wasn't going to happen. I called it. But in any case, side note, by the way, speaking of Shovel Knight news, this one kind of flew under the radar because they didn't talk about it on Yacht Club's direct thingy either.
Mhm.
But if you go to GameStop, you can pre-order the Golden Shovel Knight amiibo. It's in their system. It exists. They are taking pre-orders for it, but it's not being advertised anywhere. So there's your little secret pro tip. If you're on that amiibo train,
Mhm.
you can pre-order the Golden Shovel Knight amiibo at GameStop right now. No idea when the hell it's coming out. Maybe it comes out in December with everything else. Maybe it. I have no clue. All I know is it's in their system and they're taking reserves on it.
And that's why when we was talking about Shovel Knight Dig, I was just like, the reason why I feel like this game is going to be delayed is because they didn't give us a date, and I thought that if they showed it in the direct and gave us an actual date, then I could believe that it's coming in December. But without them showing it, it's just like now it's a possibility. I'm like, this thing could get delayed for it. And I think I just wanted them to show that actual date in the direct. But
just trust it'll be in December and we'll get our games finally.
At this point in time, I have nothing else to do but to trust them because I want the.
I told you that was all you were going to get until then, anyways. Shit.
But it sucks. So. I wanted a date for December.
Well, suck it.
I can't suck it.
Suck my golden shovel.
Oh.
But anyways, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. I worked a little more on SteamWorld Dig 2 on stream as well. Nice. There's been some Hollow Knight here and there, working on that on World 1-1 Plays as well. But yeah, a lot of the usual suspects. The standout this past week, honestly, has been the Hob demo. But like I said, I've got some new stuff to dig into, and I've got the open world 1-1 plays that I'm working my way through as well. So, but with that said, I think we're going to stop right here for a minute and take a quick break, and we're back with the back half of the show. This week we're going to make our way on over to the news desk. This week we got a ton of shit to cover because we got the strongly rumored Nintendo Direct this week for September. The patterns have held out, and Nintendo delivered us 40 minutes of that was a thing. I don't think there was anything completely earth-shattering, mind-blowing in there. There was a lot of okay.
You'd be surprised.
I didn't see it coming, but I didn't know anybody was asking for it, kind of thing. There was definitely some weird shit in there. Some definitively strange choices made to fill that 40 minutes. But let's. You know what? Before we jump in, Eddie, your first impressions on the Nintendo Direct. How'd you walk away feeling about it?
I screamed and yelled with happiness. Like 7 minutes in, we was already at about 8 games, and I'm like, "What are y'all doing?" like just within 7 minutes, Nintendo was clowning, and it was just like, we're already packed. We're still trying to recover from the first Nintendo Direct of this year. How you knocked us out at E3, like even with the indie stuff that they showed in August, I'm just like, we already are planning and buying a lot of stuff, and our wallets are already hurting. Y'all just want our wallets to hurt some more. Like Switch is now becoming more than just a gaming console. It's it's for console games, indie games, PC games, remasters. Like it is becoming an all-in-one product. I
Oh yeah,
think the
no,
only
it's
thing
absolutely a catch-all, which is fantastic.
the only thing that we don't have is Netflix, which is fine. Um
I'm still a little puzzled
and
on that
stream.
one. Yeah, like I
I
how have
got
we not gotten to Netflix? And don't get me wrong, I wish that they would have gotten on this, from the jump and gotten Twitch on board, but Lord knows Nintendo gets fucking weird about,
streaming stuff.
streaming and
I
copyright shit, and I'm like,
that's why I keep bringing up Mixer because of Microsoft and Nintendo relationship. I could see Mixer being on Switch over Twitch, but
maybe, I don't know. It'd be something, but I don't know that it's still. I don't know that it would give it the clout for Mixer to really get the takeover, because at this point Twitch
yeah,
is just kind of the ubiquitous go-to.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, like, Hulu's got tons of great stuff, but you talk about streaming and the word out of your mouth is Netflix.
Netflix, yeah, that
You
is true.
know, so even though there's stuff all over the place that's great, it's kind of like back when we were kids. Your mom's like, "Quit playing the Nintendo." Like, but that's a Sega Genesis. Quit playing Nintendo. Put it up. Like, whatever. You know what the fuck they meant. So,
Yeah,
but in any case, or for your younger kids, it was PlayStation, but the principle stands. In
yeah.
any case, but yeah. So, I don't know. Like I said, I got some weird feelings about the September Direct here. There was some definitively strange. I'm like, why is this in here, kind of thing, for parts of it. Other parts, I'm like, all right, that's fucking neat. I didn't know anybody was asking for that, but cool. You know,
It was just a lot of unexpected, and it was just like it was just giving us stuff like unexpected games, and continue to deliver stuff that some people wanted, some people who may not have asked for it, but it's showing up, and people are willing to pay money for it. They see a fan base crying out for more games and crying out for certain games to be on the system, and it's kind of being delivered. Like there's one game on here that I can't believe it's on coming to the system, but we'll get into that one later. But you want to jump into these games, or
let's hit it. What you got? Start the
so
list.
so they started off with Overwatch coming out on October 15th. Of course, it got leaked multiple times with an accessory case, and then the day of the direct, it showed that Europe, a game store in Europe, UK, was getting the game October 18th, which kind of hinted at we were getting it the 15th, and sure enough, it got announced. Um, I feel like Blizzard is late showing this. They should have showed this at Gamescom. I'm not Gamescom, BlizzCon last year instead of that mobile phone game. And
Yeah.
people were talking about how they want to Overwatch on Switch, and Blizzard's just too late to the party. So the response is like it's cool. Depending on, it's only $40, which is a good price. It's only going to be digital, so if anyone can get the physical copy, the box it's going to come with a digital code. So just buy it digitally already on your system. You can pre-purchase it now.
I don't know. I might go buy the box. I mean, if it's not going to cost me any fucking different, I might like to have a box on my shelf at least.
The way that Overwatch looks is kind of bland, so I wouldn't buy it on the box. Like I would want a cart if it was going to do that.
Oh, I'd want a cart, but I mean, at least I can get a half step.
That is true. That's true.
Like I said, if it's not going to cost me anything extra, why would I at least not get the box and put it on my shelf?
That is true. That really is true. So I kind of felt like Nintendo was some kind of, in a way, a little bit shady with this, and not it was meant to be shady, but it was just like, oh, we'll give you a 45 to a minute clip. Oh, Overwatch is coming. Let's move on. Because how Blizzard was just like, nah, we're not gonna put Overwatch on Switch, or we'll when the time we'll think about it. For a company who was seeing all their employees when came out, bringing in their Switch and still doing it, why would you not try to get Overwatch on the system? They could have showed us at BlizzCon and then showed the game again with an announcement date and then brought it out. But I think
I don't
other
know.
I think other games and even Diablo 3 sold well. So that would have just told you like, okay, let's get Overwatch on the system. I think there's other games that have came out and has been a big success, and Blizzard is just too late to the party for it. Well,
I could see why it took this long to get there. One is just looking at the raw capability and figuring out whether or not they can compress it enough to get it to run right on Switch. Two, I could see legit concerns with their online infrastructure getting it to run right. Three, I can also see them hesitating given the way their online runs with the voice chat issue. Because looking at that going, no voice chat, I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm sure, they'll be like, but you can use the app for voice. I'm like, yeah, but nobody's doing that.
Well, I think the thing about it is that nobody was caring for voice chat to be on Switch. They just wanted the game to be on Switch. So all of those concerns from the players' viewpoint, none of that mattered. They already knew
the players, but from Blizzard though, that's an integral part of the experience. Mm-hmm. That's a major component to the game, and I could see them looking at that going, yeah, but this isn't real cohesive to get like it's there, but
I think Blizzard,
right? I think they finally got to the point where they're like, you know what, just do it.
I think Blizzard's just like, people know the workarounds on here, so why should we focus on that? Let's just get it out. Let's just do it. I just feel like it's too late for them to do it. I think you already got a positive response when you announced Diablo 3. When it came out, it sold well on Switch. And Blizzard was shocked about it. So why not just announce that you are doing Overwatch? If you just would have said, yeah.
I think they need to space it out, because if you look at Blizzard, they're not putting out, heaps and heaps of games, month over month. So, I mean, when you've got a limited repertoire to pull from, fucking pace yourself.
Well, everybody was looking at Blizzard at BlizzCon for this announcement. Everybody if they were going to announce Diablo for that mobile game, they could have did that at some other time, and then they could have announced Diablo 4. If they would have announced Overwatch on this month, on that, the crowd would have been happy, because there's people who probably did bring their Switch to BlizzCon, and if they be like, we're bringing Overwatch to Nintendo Switch, and for a bonus for all the BlizzCon people who came to watch us and those who are seeing our stream, a free demo of a playtest will be available this day, and been done with it. Folks would have lost their mind, and they probably.
I'm sure they would have, but I'd be willing to bet you that Blizzard just wasn't there yet.
Probably so.
Well, but yeah. Again, though, that was not a surprise, because at this point, they that one had already leaked out. Which I swear it feels like half of this fucking direct was already leaked out before it even started.
Well, see, that was the thing about it. I don't think half of this direct was leaked, because I didn't see really no leaks. Only just the Overwatch one. That was the only one. Everything else was very unexpected.
Oh, no, there was a bunch. Overwatch was one, and we'll pick them off as we get to them.
Okay.
But if it was leaked, we'll call it out.
So Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming October 31st. That is something we already knew. They show some new floors like Tomb Suites, the Dance Hall, and the Spectral Catch. They have a new mode called Scream Park where it's kind of 4 versus 4 on one Switch. It's going to be some Luigi's versus Gooigi's, and you're supposed to capture the most ghosts, and whoever captures it wins. It's going to be up to 2 to 8 players on it. So they was just bringing a little bit more news for it. I think everybody's already interested in getting this game, but it was just good to see some more stuff that they're bringing to it. So of course, it's a game that I'm getting for Halloween. So I'm like, it just feels right getting that game. So anyone who's not going to be playing a spooky game on Halloween, Luigi's Mansion is coming out. So you guys could go there and pick it up like I am.
I'm glad Luigi's Mansion is happening. I'm happy to see them putting all the love and spotlight on it. It's not a for me thing. Not knocking it. I will just own the fact that it's a perfectly fine looking game that just doesn't do anything for me personally.
That's fine.
And that's kind of honestly where I was at with quite a bit of this.
Super Kirby Clash, which is available now. It's a free to start game. You are 4 Kirby's who pick jobs and fight bosses. There's going to be more than 100 quests. You can play this single player. You could play it local or on local and online. I did download it, but I haven't started it yet. So it's kind of like a boss rush mode, and you get coins and points and stuff. I don't know where the DLC content or any microtransactions. I don't see where that comes into play just yet because I haven't got into it. But it's a free to start game, and it looks good. It's a good kid game.
I'm interested in like a Kirby boss rush game. I have no interest in a game where I'm managing 4 Kirbys and fucking jobs for all of them.
Well,
that just feels like taking the piss.
It's up to 4 Kirbys, I should say. If you're doing it by yourself, it's just that one Kirby.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, we're not going back to this like fucking 30 Kirby thing again because I did not like that whatsoever. Like. No, if I'm playing a Kirby game, I want to play one fucking Kirby. I don't know what their insistence is with this whole, here's 5 million Kirbys and do something with it. Like, no, I want one fucking Kirby, and I want to play as that one fucking Kirby, the only Kirby. I want to play a damn Kirby game. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm totally down for some Kirby boss rush action because I love playing the Kirby bosses. Like, they're not super challenging, but they're fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite Kirby, like, I will happily, to this day, go back and play Kirby on Kirby's Dream Land on the original Game Boy. That is stupidly fun to me. I love that game. I love every one of them bosses, from the from the Whispering Willow tree boss to the giant Cloud Eye Lightning Spiky boss, to King Dedede is one of my favorite boss fights. It legit just is. It's not that it's hard. It's not overly simple. It's not like just button mash win. You gotta at least kind of, have your head in the game a little bit, but it doesn't take a ton of focus. It's not grossly punishing. It's just right to be satisfying.
Yes.
Without making me pull my fucking hair out.
Yes.
I love Kirby boss fights. I do. I think they are one of the most underrated boss fights in all of video games, now that I'm thinking about it.
We're going to have a discussion about that later.
I'm serious. Later. Like, seriously, they do not get enough props for being like the Goldilocks of boss fights. No Kirby game has ever been, like crushingly difficult. And the same applies to their boss fights. But for what those games are, their boss fights have always been on point.
Okay.
I think there's merit in that. But again, going back to this other thing though, I don't give a fuck about job classes for Kirby. Just give me a cool power and let me go kill a boss. That's
what you can do. Well,
It
if
is
you
like unnecessary bloat to
if you
introduce a
decide to
job system to Kirby.
if you decide to download it, give it a try. It is
I
free.
will download it. I will check it out, but I have my hesitations and reservations.
That's completely fine. So the next game they showed was Trials of Mana, coming out April 24th, 2020. You get to pick choose out of six people, pick a class for them, and then it looks like this is going to be like an action kind of RPG. So you could like punch people, you could jump and do other combos and things of that nature. Of course they showed this at E3. And they confirmed it for Switch, but they didn't give a date, and now it's just been dated for it. So, yeah, Trials of Mana, April 24th.
It looks pretty and it looks very Japanese.
Yeah, it's second Densetsu 3. It's a continuation of the sequel to Mana games in a sense, but they just changed it to Trials of Mana. Next game they showed was Return of the Obra Dinn. That's coming out this fall.
I don't know a fucking thing about this, but this looks cool as shit.
I seen this. This game is already out on Steam. And it's just like you're an investor who goes on the ship and everybody's dead on the ship, and you got to find out and piece the puzzle and find out the story on what happened to the people on that ship. So you use a watch that could rewind time, and it helps you get clues, and then you start putting the story together.
You know what that idea reminds me of? Sexy Brutale.
Yeah. In a way,
like
yes.
You keep rewinding time till you get to kind of see everything that fucking happened, that you can piece it all together. I'm like, yeah, this has the foundation of Sexy Brutale, but I'm totally digging this weird art style, like this whole black and white and gray shade thing going on. I'm like, it looks neat. I won't say it looks pretty, but it looks interesting visually.
It sold really well on Steam, and it got a lot of good reviews.
I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm interested. I am gonna pick it up and play it because of all the good praise. Yeah, all the good reviews that I heard about it and people talk about it. So I'm interested, and I like a good mystery game.
Well, I do too. So.
Little Town Hero is coming out October 16th. This game is from Game Freak. It was working title called Town. You can pre-purchase it today at this time if you guys want to. You play as a character named Ace. You fight monsters with ideas. If you choose the right one, it will help you to win. You can walk around the town and have others join you in the fight. The music is done by Undertale creator Toby Fox. So this one I'm going to wait for reviews and more previews. I just don't have enough information about it. Yeah, it's on my list to get because I like Game Freak and I like their work. I think it's just a game that I'm going to wait and see.
Well, one, if I remember correctly, this is not a full retail game. I think this is only like $25-$30 if I remember hearing right. Two, it's still on my I don't know list because they're like, fight the monster with ideas. I'm like, the fuck does that sentence even mean? That's like telling me to win a Pokemon battle with thoughts and prayers.
That's why I'm going to wait for a preview.
Like the fuck is this shit?
I'm just gonna wait. I understand what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to do like a yin and yang kind of battle system.
Still lost on what the hell they're up to with this, but I don't know. My gut tells me that this is not a for me thing, but for somebody that wants to see Game Freak, and good on Game Freak for doing something new besides more Pokemon. A+ for effort for branching out a little bit. But I don't know. This could be either like so weird it's cool, or it's just like, nah, we just went weird for the sake of weird, and we had no idea where the fuck we were going with it. But no, no, I did think it was really cool though. They gave Toby Fox a shout. You know, the the man behind Undertale. The music from Undertale was awesome.
Yeah, and the
And
music in the music in the trailer for um Little Town Hero was really good. I'm like, I'm digging this music. I would buy the soundtrack to this game.
I will say I was really disappointed they called it Little Town Hero instead of Small Town Hero. Small Town Hero just would have felt better. Like, I'm from a small town and I'm the hero. I am the small town hero. I'm just saying, you know, that something about that has a better ring to me. Could have been cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we got some Smash news. Super Smash Brothers. Banjo
leaked.
Kazooie. Banjo Kazooie is available today, so you guys could play that. Terry Bogard is going to be in Smash November. There was a hint of an SNK character, but it wasn't. No one knew who it was.
No, that did get called. That one got called out. There was confirmation beforehand that it was going to be Terry.
From what I seen, everybody was just saying it was SNK and who could it be. There wasn't no official. A lot of people believe it was going to be Terry Bogard because he's most of the recognized fighters in SNK history.
Well, that and he's a fighter. Frankly, though, pulling Terry out of all the SNK characters feels a little lazy to me.
I thought it was going to be Mia Fey. Not Mia Fey, I'm sorry. Maya from Fatal Fury.
Now,
the bouncies.
Anything out of the SNK fighters feels lazy to me, and Terry feels especially lazy. But here's what I think would have been a way more interesting route to take. Like, pull from SNK, go Metal Slug. I'd have been down with some Metal Slug.
A lot of people were thinking it was going to be Metal Slug.
I didn't think it was going to be Metal Slug, but I was hoping it would have been Metal Slug. Because at this point, you know, it's like, okay, you took a fighter from another fighting game and put him in a fighting game, and that feels like less effort. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. Sakurai, frankly, needs like to retire. That dude is gonna like work himself into an early grave. But if you're gonna do this shit, go full bore. You know, like, you know, seeing something like Mega Man in Smash is awesome because Mega Man isn't a fighting character. He's a platformer shooter guy, and then to, you know, tweak everything and make him work for a fighting game is awesome. You know, it's kind of like how I didn't get that excited when they're like, and we're bringing Ryu and Ken from Street. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, Ryu and Ken was unexpected. Only reason is because of the relationship that Capcom and Nintendo kind of have. Like, they stopped bringing the Street Fighter series. They started bringing a lot of series to Nintendo. So, like, I can understand. I can understand
Street Fighter love.
We got the collection, but like
we got Capcom, two of them actually.
Well, yeah, but Capcom should have brought Street Fighter 4 or the Fighters Collection to Wii U. You know, because Street Fighter 4 was on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So
yeah, Capcom, but I don't know if Switch is the right platform for that, though.
No, I'm talking about Wii U. I'm talking about Street Fighter. I'm talking about Street Fighter 4. Should have been when the Wii U came out, when it was still the 360 and PS3 area. Capcom should have brought it out for that system. I'm just saying.
Honestly, I can respect Capcom's rationale on that, not doing it, because frankly, you know, that's probably a sizable amount of money to pour into porting that over that they just wouldn't have gotten the return on investment on.
I think they probably would. I think I think they would. And plus, it was in the time that Capcom was doing a lot of ports of Resident Evil and stuff because they made it seemed that
Capcom's always
Tatsunoko
going to do a
versus
lot of ports of Resident Evil. Let's be honest here.
True, and it felt like Tatsunoko versus Capcom. They thought they probably didn't see any return value on that. Oh, what'd you say, Larry? I'm sorry,
I didn't say nothing. No, you're good.
Oh, Tatsunoko versus Capcom. They probably didn't see the return on that, but they sold every copy on. So, oh. Can you hear me?
I'm just screwing with you.
Oh. Like
for those listening to the audio, I'm sitting here just running my mouth, not saying a word, making anything that my fucking mic's gone stupid just to screw them.
Like
turn your hearing aid up.
It's on. But they did announce more DLC fighters are coming to Smash, so we don't know what the second season is gonna be, but they are going to have more characters for it. So we shall see, and we still got one more character left.
On that too. One, they said yes, they're bringing more characters. They didn't say they were doing another fighter pass. So I don't know if it's going to be another. It might just be.
It's going to be another fight. It's going to be another fire pass.
Probably will, but again, don't bank on it because I think if something comes up and it's not, don't be like, "Well, use it." Then they're going to be like, "No, we didn't.
Well,
we got some more." But
they said more DLC fighters is coming. Is
right. That does not mean that they're promising another 5, 6, 7. Just says,
"Hey, they're probably doing." I think they'll probably do another 5. It is considered as a season because when they talk about DLC characters, they're not talking about free DLC characters. I think there's going to be characters all paid for. So I think they're still talking to some Japanese companies and maybe some indies and probably Europe because like there's a lot of games that a lot of the fighters that we have are only characters from Japanese developers. They haven't reached out to anyone in the West or in
I'm gonna bring a different take on that. Here's my thought. Because look at everything in the fighter pass so far. It's all characters coming from third parties.
Yeah.
What if the next one is another round of fighters for Smash that they're bringing in new Nintendo characters again?
I mean, they could. I think, but they already have.
They've still got plenty of their own properties that they own to pull from character-wise. Lord knows, the entire internet would lose its goddamn mind if they finally said Waluigi in Smash. That's one. And they're, or alternatively, like you said, I would be totally down for an indie fighter pack. I would love to finally have Shovel Knight as an actual playable character, not a fucking assist trophy. I've said for years I want Commander Video. Bring me Commander Video. I could see Rusty getting down in Smash from SteamWorld.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 slots right there. That's 3 out of a potential 5 slots filled with indie, and God knows they've got plenty more. Dude, you know who would be a great one? Oh no, I've got the other 2. That's it. I found it. That's my dream 5-pack for indie fighters for Smash. I want Shovel Knight. I want Commander Video. I want Rusty. I want the Wanderer from Hollow Knight. And I want the dead guy from Dead Cells.
Dead Cells, I can see.
Wanderer would be great too, dude. Like, I could see him being like a moderate, like not heavy, but not a light character.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see him really being workable. Because, I mean, again, even in Hollow Knight, he's got a reasonably limited move set. But I think there's just enough there that it would work for Smash. And I could see it playing well. Like, maybe he's not the fastest character, But it's more about, getting into the rhythm and knowing your length on your hits and everything. I could see the Vessel working great.
Well, see, with Hollow Knight, well, not Hollow Knight, with Dead Cells, I can see that more happening because of its premise. Like, you think of smashing
Oh yeah, no, that'd be
protagonist,
great too.
and every time he comes in, it's a different weapon, which means it's a different move set and specials. Like, I could see that literally would be crazy, and they'll animate it, so it's going to be like literally funny. Hollow Knight, I can see, but since I haven't played Hollow Knight, I think I would have to see his move set, the stuff that he does in that game, to see.
Go play Hollow Knight, damn it!
Because I feel like
you need to watch a Let's Play, but damn, go play Hollow Knight, Holmes.
Well, Hollow Knight feels like more of a assist character than the actual character of the play.
No, dude, I'm telling you, play Hollow Knight, you'd be like, okay, I could see this now.
Yeah.
So, but that's my there you go. That's a Dream 5 pack of indie Smash characters for me.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the future. Link's Awakening is September 20th. So you got they've kind of focused more about the dungeon thing, and showed that there are some other characters from other games that's going to be in it, which is cool. You use Amiibo to save your dungeon that you created and bring it up to other Switches and stuff. So not too much about it. So Link's Awakening September 20th. That's in 2 more weeks. Can't wait for that. That's one of the games I'm waiting for Amazon to ship me. Hopefully it comes on time, but I'm not holding my breath. Dragon Quest 11S September 27th. They announced the free DLC in the Champion package, and if you guys are interested, the demo is available to play. I think the demo is close to 10-12 hours. So you get a good chunk in the demo if you guys are interested. I don't know if you have any thoughts on those, Theory, or should I go? Because this is when I screamed and almost cried with this next game.
Yeah, let's jump into the next one. Fuck it.
Okay. Tokyo Mirage Session FE.
I knew you were going to lose your shit, too. I knew it. I'm like, Eddie's going to be a happy boy. He probably just jizzed in his drawer.
I was just like, what is this? And when they said it, I like, and I was just like, yes, clapping and everything. I literally was about to cry. Everybody's been wanting this on to come to Switch, and my Twitter feed just went crazy dude, when they got this announced. This is coming January 17, 2020. They're going to be introducing a new song and some new characters. So if you have not played this game on the Wii U, it's a mixture of like creative, like new created Atlas characters mixed in with the Fire Emblem characters from their universe. So it's a great game, great soundtrack. Go see past trailers that were on Wii U, and yeah, this is to me this is a must-have. And I kind of like the fact that they did give it a date. I don't think they're going to change too much of it. As in like give it voiceovers in English. I think everything's still gonna be in Japanese with subtitles. But it's probably gonna be enhanced graphically and more. Yeah, Tokyo Mirage Session FE Encore January 17th. And it's good because they're starting the year out with that game. And it's after the Christmas rush and holiday and everything. It's a good way to have that game start the year off as a big Nintendo game, and then go to February with Ori and the Blind Forest 2. It's a very smart move for Xbox One. Next after that, Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, is coming out in 2020, and the original Deadly Premonition, called Deadly Premonition Origins, is out now.
So this piqued my interest, honestly. I've been a big fan of Jim Sterling for a long time.
Did you watch the video?
Oh God, that was golden.
Yes, And I knew
So,
he loved Deadly Premonition.
oh
I
yeah,
didn't know that he wanted this
Sterling's
game
been
to
on
come.
about fucking Deadly Premonition for like almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I've never played it, but just by proxy of, listening to Sterling for the last decade, I kind of feel like I've played it. God knows I've heard enough about it. I get it. But, when you love something, you love something. That being said, the best understanding I have of this, if I've got my head around it right, is that this game is basically so bad it's good, and that the people that love this game are the kind of people that go that Evil Dead is the greatest film of all time kind of thing, because it's one of those that's so bad it's good, B movie type deals. And so I am absolutely flummoxed that Deadly Premonition is getting a sequel, for one. That boggles my mind. I'm like, whose dick did Sterling suck to make this happen? But big ups for the fact that it's happening. I am genuinely curious, and the fact that they're bringing the original over to Switch, which was a shadow drop for Day of with the Direct. I might actually break down and play this just to see how delightfully awful it is. So I am almost prepared to spend dollars on this game.
And I could see it actually doing well on Switch. Because I heard about Deadly Premonition, but I didn't own a 360. So I couldn't play it. And this is is it Swery 70 Swery? His the game. SWERY, is it 76?
I don't remember.
It's his game that he's well known for, and I don't know if he's doing the second game because I know he was doing something else. But for them to show both games and say that they're going to be on Switch, what's cool. I like the shadow drop of Deadly Premonition and Origins coming to Switch. I think that's cool.
Like I genuinely hope this game that it finds a second life and the utmost success on Switch. Again, I think it has the ability to be just terrible enough that it's ridiculous enough that it will find a new fan base that it never had before. I like goofy shit like that, honestly. Like, there are some games that are just so fucking weird in all the right ways that you love them. And I watching it, I have a suspicion that could be one of those games for me personally. I actually want to check it out. Between that and from what everything Sterling has said about it, I'm like, it sounds fucking interesting.
Yeah, it is $29.99 on Switch, everybody. So
that does feel a tidge salty, though.
Yes,
like we're talking a decade-old game. I'm feeling like my gut tells me this should have been $20. But I have no doubt that I will be able to catch this on a sale somewhere for that $20 sweet, sweet spot. And,
you know what? I would pick it up for $20.99 if they dropped it. I would pick it up for $21 because I feel like that's the right. I feel like that's the right price for a game like this, like $20. So yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know. I get it at 20. I don't know if I get it at 21. That extra 60 cents might be the make or break for me if I see it on sale. Seriously. Dude, I've done that, man. I'll look at the sales. I'm like, I know it's on sale, but I don't think it's cheap enough for me to pull the trigger yet. I'm serious. I have that conversation in my own head every week.
Larry, me and you have had this talk before, so I know what you mean. Trust me.
So I'm just like, all right, I know it's a $10 game and it's on sale for $7, but I still don't know if I feel okay paying $7 for this.
Yeah.
So,
but if you guys are interested, it's available now. Divinity or Divinity Original Sin 2, Definitive
2
Edition.
Original Sin.
I thought it was a Divinity Original Sin 2.
No, Divinity 2 Original Sin. It is the second Divinity game, and the subtitle is Original Sin.
They got it on at the eShop. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
It's not right. I swear
They
it's not
they
right.
got the code. They got the codes. I'm looking at it right now on my Switch, and I'm getting out of here so I don't purchase it. I have the money. I have the money. I have the money to buy it, but I just bought it on. I actually just bought it on PS4, like $20. But this is a game that I'll probably wait for a sale again and buy it. Which is funny because the first one is not on Switch. Like
The first one isn't a lot of places. 2 is the one that a lot of people get down on.
yes. So that is available today. It's a top-down RPG.
It's kind of like Street Fighter. Street Fighter 1 technically exists, but nobody talks about it because Street Fighter 2 is where it was at.
That is true.
Divinity is kind of the same.
Well, Divinity was very popular on PC, and then nobody talk about it. But then when 2 came out, it still got high praise and stuff. So it's funny to see this one on Switch because I didn't expect it, and like this is just a week after Torchlight 2 just dropped. So that's why I said
Switch's dungeon crawler game is going strong.
very
Diablo 3, Torchlight, Divinity. It's gonna keep rolling.
Shoot, Civilization 6 even did well on Switch. Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of PC stuff is dropping on Switch, dude, and they're doing phenomenal. Which reminds me, the Pandemic game did drop on Switch also.
Yeah,
I didn't pick it up yet.
I know. I don't know if I want to pay $20 for that on Switch.
I think I'm gonna wait for a sale.
I'm in the same boat. Like if it comes down to 15, I'll pull the trigger.
Yeah,
If it's down to 10, I'd buy it twice.
I'll buy it. Yeah, exactly. Doom 64 is coming out November 22nd. This is the first time, I guess, a Doom game. Well, he said this is what Pete Hines said. Well, shout out to Pete Hines. It was good that he did a video to bring this, say that this game is coming to Switch. He was talking about the N64, but Doom 64 wasn't on Nintendo 64, right? I don't think
it was. So. That's why it was called Doom 64.
Did it come to Nintendo 64?
Yes, that's what it was for.
Because he said that this is the first time this is coming to a Nintendo console.
Yes, since it was released on the 64.
Okay, he should have made it clear.
I think you need to clean your fucking ears out.
No, you can't say that this is the first time. Of course, this is the first time, but it sounded like he's saying that this particular game is the first time coming to a Nintendo console. He didn't say that ever since the N64 original release. He didn't say nothing like that. So his wording.
Go back and re-listen to it. I swear what he said was fucking making sense to me when he said it.
Because with Doom 64 on it, all the Doom games besides any DLC or mods and stuff, all the games will be on Switch. Doom 1, 2, 3, 64, Doom 2016, and then Doom Eternal. So that would make 6 Doom games being on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really cool. I feel like they gave more love and time to Doom 64 than they did to Overwatch. That's where the shade came in. I'm just like, shoot, Nintendo's big enough. Pete Hines came on the smug in the direct and said they made his announcement, and no one at Blizzard did. That says a lot.
Don't get me wrong. I was happy to see Bethesda, rolling some news out again. But I'm like, really? You went with this? Like, you just dropped 3 Doom games on us. Give it a fucking break. And, like, I'm sorry. They've still got one big property really legit missing from Switch. Where the fuck is anything Fallout? And don't fucking say Shelter.
No.
Whatever the fuck that free game was.
I'm thinking Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah, I would love to see Fallout 1 and 2 on there because those are the ones that honestly I think are some of the most interesting. because you
I
can
would
totally
have to.
pacifism your way through those games.
I would have to see who hosts the rights, and yeah, that may take some research. I can't really give an opinion about that. Would it be cool? I think a Fallout. I think a Fallout 1 or 2 pack would be cool, like a $40 pack. You get both games. I think that would be like a collection. I think that'd be cool if they
Yeah.
did that. I think I just need to see who holds the rights and all of that stuff. There might be some behind the scene business stuff about that. So, but moving on,
No,
Rogue
actually, you
Company.
know what? Real quick, by the way, I just had a thought pop in my head. I'm gonna backpedal to our Deadly Premonition discussion of who the fuck was asking for this besides Jim Sterling. On the note of like weird games getting sequels out of fucking nowhere, I'm gonna put a request in. Can I get a fucking Future Tactics 2, please? Somebody get on that for me. I need that in my life. Get me a sequel to Future Tactics, and then port the original over to Switch too while you're at it. God damn it! That game needs a second go round at life.
That'd be something like .mu would do.
I don't know, but I want it.
Once again, research. I just will. Yeah, that's some research. So. Rogue Company 2020 is a new game from Hybrid Studio. It's kind of like a third-person online shooter. We don't know much information about it, so it looks okay for what I seen. Any thoughts?
I think big ups to Nintendo for getting this on their platform because again, they are thoroughly rounding out their library and their genres by bringing this on. You know, I know that fucking what was it Payday 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Payday 2 didn't go over so well, but again, that was bad execution. You know, there's an opportunity to roll this out, and with the right execution, you could have a great, you know, straight up online multiplayer shooter on the Switch, you know, which again is just a genre you don't normally see anything, you know, of that genre landing on Nintendo platforms. And I think, you know, big ups to them for getting on it and pushing to, you know, get solid genre representation from all genres.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for them. That's something that they have struggled with hard all the way back to 64.
Well, I'm gonna get through the Pokemon Sword and Shield news. Of course, they mentioned it November 15th. They just talked about 4 things you could customize your look.
What was that date, Eddie?
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
What was that date?
November 15th.
Awesome. Everybody, it's coming out November 15th, unless your name is Dylan, in which case you get to wait till next year.
Oh. That's a whole different story.
Dylan's gonna walk into every store like, I want to buy that new Pokemon game. Hey, are you Dylan? Yeah, no, but you can't buy it till next year.
Wow. You can customize your look. You can set up a Pokemon
Doug
camp.
Bowser said you gotta wait, motherfucker.
Wow. where you can camp anywhere and interact with your Pokemon and other camps. They got a thing for cooking called Curry on Rice that comes with over 100 types and 100 recipes. You can find out which one works and everything. They did introduce 2 new Pokemon. Polteageist, which is a ghost type who is like this ghost in a teacup set, and Cramorant, which is a flying water type. When using Surf or Dive, he might catch a fish, and if he gets attacked, he'll counter it with a gut missile and hit the enemy with the fish. He looks like a pelican, but I think that's an actual bird.
He looks fucking stupid. He doesn't look like a pelican. He looks
funny.
Stupid.
I like it. I like how he looks. I was laughing. I was just like, oh, that's cool.
He looks fucking doofy.
And
also, by the way, that description for Polteageist was fucking weird and creepy. It's like, and if he really likes his trainer, he'll let his trainer taste his tea. He's made of tea. I'm like, this is some like fucking weird Pokemon cannibalism, sucked by teapot shit. Like, what the fuck happened here? This got all sorts of fucking bizarre.
No, did you hear when they was talking about with the customization thing? And they're just like, it's not only tops and bottoms.
Uh-huh.
It was just like, oh, the gay jokes are about to fly right off.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, Nintendo, I love you so much. I don't knock Nintendo for anything. Thank you for the memes that everybody make and the wording and the laughter. That was a hoot. I was just like, I know Larry probably gonna say something.
No, we're gonna stop. Hold on. A flash of brilliance has occurred.
Oh,
You are so not ready for this. Your body is not ready. Fighter Pack DLC character fighter number 5, Reggie Fils-Aimé, comes to Smash.
SNES on is available now. Everybody.
Smash is not ready.
You can play around 20 games, local and online, and it has a rewind feature. So if you guys have Nintendo Online, you can go to the eShop and download it now for the Super Nintendo. And they also, if you are a Nintendo Online member, you can exclusively buy a Super Nintendo wireless controller for your
leaked again.
Yeah, $24.99. I didn't know they was doing it. I think it was a rumor.
They data mined the fuck out of this months upon months ago, and then on top of that, they had the patent filings for the SNES controller. This shit was so inevitable.
Tetris 99 update is available now, and the physical game is also available September 6th. Probably by the time you guys hear this, the game will be out. They brought in a new mode called Invictus, but you can't get it until you achieve number 1 on it. And then there's some paid DLC that you guys could look into. Mario Sonic at the Olympics is going to be out November 5th. They're going to have some 8-bit games, a story mode, and some mini challenges. You guys could take a look about that.
Mario Sonic at the Olympics is normally a hard pass for me, but this has piqued my curiosity between their story mode thing of escape the Olympics from what is it, like the 60s, the 70s, whatever the hell it is,
62 or 64,
yeah, somewhere in there. And then this whole like 8-bit retro Mario and Sonic at the Olympics thing kind of has me going, well, that looks fucking cool. I play that.
And the music to that 8-bit stuff was really cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Like, this is like the one and probably only time Mario and Sonic at the Olympics is actually legit on my watch list. Like, normally I'm just like, oh, it's more sports mini games of fuck this, I don't care. But somebody actually put some love into this one, it looks like. And I'm like, I'm kind of down for this now.
Yeah. David X Machina prologue demo is available right now. The game comes out September 13th. You can carry over your data from this demo to the actual game. You can also play in co-op 4-player mode for the demo, but it's only local wireless only. Though when the actual game come out, you will have full online. So you will need Nintendo Online in order to do the online portion of the game. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is coming out September 24th. The Witcher 3 October 15th with all its DLC. Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection will be out December 6th. This contains Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue, and all the DLC is included. They talked Dauntless is also coming out. They didn't give a date for that. They did a montage of games. Just Dance 2020 is November 5th. Grid Autosport is September 19th.
Grid actually looks really nice.
Yeah, it does.
Like, visually, it looks fucking pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, it ain't Forza, but for the Switch, that looks pretty damn good.
Yes.
You know what I really want? Here's... Riddle me this. Why the fuck don't I have a brand new Ridge Racer on my Switch yet? Where the fuck is my Ridge Racer?
You need to talk to Bandai Namco about that.
Like, if we're taking requests, can I get a port of Ridge Racer 6 specifically, please? I really liked 6 on my 360. That was a favorite. Also, Ridge Racer on DS was the hotness.
I don't remember it on the DS.
It was just Ridge Racer DS. Dude, I played I think I've still got it. You know what? I might actually bust that out on my 3DS tonight before I go to bed.
Nice.
Dude, I legit, the drifting in Ridge Racer DS was great. It was so fucking out of control. I shit you not, dude. One of my favorite things to do is I'd sit there and I would, I'd be racing along and I'd be coming up on somebody, and just to be an asshole, nobody got to appreciate this but me, because again, I'm just playing against the computer. But I'd sit there and I'd go into like a full fucking drift, and I'd literally have my car doing 360s, spinning around while doing a full circle around the computer car, straighten out, and then go pew.
Oh wow.
It was awesome, dude. I was a master at Ridge Racer DS. That drifting was sick. But Ridge Racer 6 on the 360, I want that ported over on my Switch, because that's just old enough that can press down onto that small screen. It would look real pretty.
I'll have to look at it.
And it was a lot of fun.
I haven't got to see the Ridge Racer 6.
Oh, dude, I played the hell out of that game. I played so much of that on my 360. It was good. Straight arcadey goodness.
Nice. Farming Simulator 20 is coming out December 3rd. Ni no Kuni.
Who buys these? Who is the fan base that keeps the Farming Simulator games going? I don't understand it.
I don't understand it neither, but they are popular. These are hot titles.
I'd like to see the sales numbers on this, please. Somebody get me that. I need to know what this is doing financially.
Yeah.
Like, how is this staying afloat? And who the fuck is playing this? If you're listening to the show and you play Farming Simulator, I want to hear from you. I want to know about this. What the fuck is the draw here? I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Like I said, Ni no Kuni is September 20th. NBA 2K 20th is September 6th. So the game.
We're pausing on it. We're pausing on 2K20 here. Actually, no, we're going back to Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni is not my thing, but I'm really glad it's coming to Switch, because I've heard way too much good stuff about it for it to not be there. 2, back to 2K20. That game looks like fucking hot garbage. It looks visually terrible. If you think I'm lying, go back and rewatch that. It looks like junk, dude. Do not buy this.
I'm not getting it because of the loot box thing, and
Well, fuck that. Just straight up, it just looks like trash.
I think people are going to be playing Gears 5 over 2K, so.
More than likely, and your time is definitely going to be better spent on Gears 5 than it would on 2K. And I'm not knocking it because it's a sports game. I got nothing against sports games personally. They're not my thing, but there's still a couple that I actually like. So I've got nothing against the sports genre per se. But man, I saw the video on that and I'm like, who in quality control fucking signed off on that? This is not okay in this day and age. Shit looks like a fucking PS1 game.
Call of Cthulhu is coming out October 8th. The Outer Worlds is coming. Devil May Cry 2. Devil May Cry 2 is September 19th. And Vampire is October 29th. So that was the montage that they showed. Animal Crossing New Horizon is now have been dated March 20th, 2020. You'll get a Nook phone, which contain apps for crafting and more. Nook Miles gives you bonuses. There are going to be season changing in the game, which leads to new people. And there's also a day and night cycle. They're going to be 4-player co-op on one system, and you could play local and online up to 8 players to visit different towns. Last but not least, they ended the direct with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition 2020. This is a remaster edition of the Wii game that came out. So it looks very animated, and then what they have with sprites and stuff or 3D. So there are comparisons that's out there that you guys could take a look at. But it's coming to Switch. That's how they ended the system. I mean, they ended the direct, and Monolith Soft did say that, hey, we want you guys. Hopefully, you'll watch the Nintendo Direct. And
yeah, that was about as
big.
good as leaked.
Well, everybody thought it was going to be Xenoblade Chronicles X. But and so that's the only one that people now are waiting for. Hopefully that comes to Switch, because now since 1 and 2 is on Switch, they just need X. So
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people going, you know what? We finally get the good one on Switch. We're good. Just stop there.
Well, the Monolith Soft is hiring for some other game, but they're probably also working with Nintendo to do Breath of the Wild 2. So they're probably got more people to help make some games for it. So they probably got like, from what I'm assuming, I think they're still working on Chronicles. So they're probably still, working out some bugs and getting the game running, because they didn't date it, but they did say just next year. They probably got a team working on the next game, and then they probably got a team working on Breath of the Wild, like helping out. So they got probably 3 projects going on at this time, and like their new game that they probably are working on, they're probably still in the pre-planning stages for it.
Can I just say that the Animal Crossing portion of this direct felt like a biggest fucking waste of 5 minutes? Nothing in there was new. It was literally everything that we have heard somewhere else already.
Well, they did say that they were going in detail about the E3 stuff, so that's why.
Oh, they just said we want to share some stuff that we've already shared with you. I'm like, yeah, so congratulations, right. You just gave me a second dose of the same information I already got.
Well, from what Takashi said, that what they showed at E3, they just wanted to give you a little bit more detail. So I think they did their job. It was just something to fill in, to be like, this is the progress that we're at with this game. It's small,
which is no different than what it was at E3.
Right, but I think at E3 they just showed how it actually looked, so people could get hyped about it, and then moved on with the presentation. They didn't really go into detail about it, and they used this time to go into some detail about it. So,
side note, by the way, all them characters on that deserted island, there is more than one person on there. It is not fucking deserted. It is now populated. Stop calling it a deserted island with all them fucking people. Mm-hmm. Just saying. So, anyways, but yeah, I saw the whole Animal Crossing thing. I'm like, well, I could have lived without that.
It's Swervy65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's related to Suda51. Just saying, weird name, number at the end. I'm feeling that there's a familial connection there somewhere that we haven't heard about. Not to mention, both of them are fucking weird.
He actually has a tweet out. He says, "Finally, we announced Deadly Premonition 2. I am feeling that clear as a crisp spring morning. Absolutely, I am director/writer for that. See you guys in Boston and Louisiana." He said. And then there's another tweet. "I got approval for announcement just now, so I can say, yes, I am the director-writer for Deadly Premonition 2.
So, I hope it does well, honestly. I really do.
And for right now, I think it's a Switch exclusive. Mm-hmm. At this time.
As far as I've seen.
Yeah. Because no other Xbox and PS4 is not getting it. So
yeah, the current state of the Xbox, I can't see Microsoft touching it. Sony might, but
I think I think the other two will get it. Um, but yeah, I just think that it being coming out to Nintendo first, uh, yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, so that's the giant 40-minute Nintendo Direct. That's some feedback. That's some thoughts. Eddie, if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, where were you at on this?
9.5.
Ooh, you're being awfully generous.
This they like I said, they clown. Like they had something for everybody, and they had a lot of unexpected. Yes, did have a lot of ports of games, but you know, people wanted some people probably wanted these games on Switch, and some of them was unexpected for it to come to Switch. You know, I can't knock this direct. You know, Overwatch it is what it is, but it's good to finally get my Tokyo Mirage session. That's what I was more happy about. And then just everything else, they were just knocking it out the park. We got about 20 plus some games on here. And then dude, the Super Nintendo uh like coming out like that quick, and like I tried Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo
Mhm.
online, and it looks beautiful. So
Yeah, that's
um
another one that's probably going to get a playthrough on our Twitch channel at some point. But I want to try and close out at least one or two games before I open up another one.
I hear you on that.
So, but I mean, SteamWorld Dig 2 is not going to take super long to close out. I just need to have the time to sit down and bang out a couple more sessions. Same thing with Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's not, a huge game. It's meaty. Don't get me wrong, but that's maybe 4 or 5 sittings at a clip if I can get the time to actually sit down. So, but in any case, um, my walk away evaluation here. Uh, I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Hmm.
I was contemplating just a flat 7, but I'm feeling froggy here. They went out on a limb with some weird with Deadly Premonition. I feel that deserves some recognition, so I give them a 7.5. So, but I think here's a perfectly good place to wrap this up. We've been at this for more than a hot minute. Um, so as always, big shout out and thank you to everybody that tuned in this week. Um, you know, we are the best podcast that nobody listens to, but again, you could do your part to help change that. You know, share it out, subject your friends to us. Um, just sneak up on them and put the earbuds in their ears, and then rapidly just wrap duct tape around their fucking head so they can't take the earbuds out. Sneak attack. That works. Um, Other than that, make sure you catch up on all the good stuff that's going up on the YouTube channel. There has been at least one video hitting our YouTube channel a day for like the last week straight. And I'm hoping to try and keep that pace up with any luck. Like I said, by the time you're hearing this, the unboxing video for the Messenger is already up, so you can go check that out. We've got more World 1-1 plays going up. Make sure you check out the Twitch channel so that way you can check out World 1-1 plays live as it's happening and join in on the conversation as well. Other than that, thank you to my long-standing partner in crime, Eddie V, and we'll see y'all next week on World 1-1 podcast. Eddie, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Bye, everybody.
Peace.